Hey everyone, no respawns here. Hope you are doing well. So we're at Kingsport Lighthouse and we're going to be making a little kind of tool structure, basically repairing this house and also building a wee little apartment, little limpet thing just on the end here. So I actually did this on a stream, a couple of streams back. And then typical with me in this current run of Fallout 4, I've had to reload, like, I think lost about 8 hours. Maybe not that, maybe like 5 hours. And in this instance, this time, it was because I messed up the quests for defining which was my Mercer safe house, and I got really annoyed, and I was like, right, well, it bothers me. I'm basically triggering Mercer safe house, which is a quest for the railroad, by the way. You lock it in if you go past a certain side quest, and I sort of made a slight and locked it in an area I didn't want it. I always like it in Taffington Boathouse, and I accidentally locked it in Starlight, and I had to reload. And I was nearly just going to say, fuck it, I'll build my Mercer safe house at Starlight, but I knew it would really annoy me, so I've just sort of accepted it. But the silver lining is when I was building this, which was a really fun thing to do on the stream, I was mildly annoyed that I didn't record it or redo it to show you guys, because it was such a fun structure to make. So the silver lining is I get to redo this and then show you lovely people, so that's going to be fun. Because it's quite a good, if I don't say so myself, it's quite a good little structure. Because I think with these ones specifically, you know, for example, I've got like my modded version of Taffington, and I think Recruit Manor as well. And, well, not really with 10 Pines, because I've just actually fully replaced the house. But you can do it if you use the creation kit. You can sort of patch up with plywood and things. Oh, I didn't actually end up putting that down. That's probably why I didn't place, because I was standing on the rug. You can patch with plywood and things, but I wanted to do something actual structural. And this turned out really well. Let's make sure it's not glitching in a stupid way. Gorgeous. Yeah. Okay, awesome. Let's see if I can do this moderately swiftly as well. Because I think it's one of those ones I can easily sort of accidentally bolt up a bit. The actual stream, it took absolutely ages to do, so it shouldn't take too long, because I'm only be doing the structural elements. I think I'm going to have to put 2 on there, aren't I? Yes, I am. This will just be a building video. There'll be no decorating, because I have no idea how I'm going to decorate it, so I just want to show you the structural parts, because it is a fun use of the space, I think. And, yeah, I just enjoyed making it, and I really want to show you guys. So that's what we're doing. We're going to use stairs. Don't forget to center it. Kill it. Beautiful. Put you there. I should just have enough wood to do this. Okay, so I need to make the platform now. Do the staircase first. I'm going to be making big use, actually, of these big rugs here. Normally I don't use them that much. But for this one, they're going to be useful for this bit, and they're useful for the little flat thing I'm going to do. I'm going to also randomly jump between cooling an apartment or a flat, just because British in it. But also, it's an American-based game, so I'm going to jump between the vernacular. Okie dokie. Remembered I needed 5 of these on each side. And I deliberately make them a little bit messy, because I think it looks cool that way. Personal preference, obviously, you can have them all organised if you want, I won't judge. A bit further apart so it doesn't get stuck. A little bit messy. Not like, obviously, not absolute anarchy, obviously, but a bit of anarchy. As a treat. Move you over there. Keep me shack bridge. We love a good shack bridge in this house. I don't know what that means, but we do. Good shack bridge, this one. 10 out of 10. Even if it does involve a little shenanigans to get in. Any day now. There we go, thank you. Okay. Make sure it's just at the end. Get a brick. It's close enough though, yeah. Also, this guy has not left this spot. He just lives here right now. I don't know why. He just, yeah. I think he's too scared to leave. I don't really blame him because it's quite a scary area, but it does make me giggle a bit because I thought it was maybe just like, oh, he'll move in a bit. Nope. Nope, man just stays there forever. This is his life now. I mean, fine, sure. It does make it a little bit easier because I have a little bit of an obsessive route I do with my supply lines, and technically he's connected to the wrong one, so it means I don't have to worry about finding him, but it also is just kind of funny. Ah, oh, look at that. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. You, come here. Okie. What I love about this one as well, and I've mentioned this before, I'm not actually too bothered if the NPCs can't actually get up these stairs. I've mentioned before, this isn't really that kind of operation, you know what I mean? I'll make sure I can actually walk up that. Nope. I didn't think so, it's too close. So I'm not too bothered. The pathing is never going to work. Basically, if you worry about pathing, you're never going to build anything cool. But it does make me giggle. This one's probably one of the worst offenders for just almost certainly not having decent pathing for NPCs. But it looks cool. I think it looks cool, and that's the most important thing. Okie dokie. I'm gonna see how swiftly I can do this one, because as it took a good minute on the stream. But it shouldn't take too long unless I make an error, which is absolutely possible. I'm making good time so far. I also do like sometimes just making build videos like this, where I'm not necessarily decorating, I'm just kind of making something fun. Basically, you should join the streams, they're fun. We just sort of vibe. We jump between this and Fallout 76 and we waffle. It's good vibes. Every Fridays at 8 PM, unless I have to reschedule, in which case it'll move to a different day. Boop, boop, boop. I'm going to show you every single structural element as well, rather than skipping bits, just because it shouldn't take too long, this. And it's handy. One thing I did do, and I didn't mention, you'll notice when I move, that I did make sure to board up the windows on this side of the house before I started doing this. Technically, I have loads of space in there, but just in case, I was like, right, I'll do the windows first, because I don't want to get to a point where I finish this and realise I haven't boarded the windows up. It would mildly annoy me. That side. So place you in, but also not touch the ladder. It's almost like I've done this before, once or twice. Entirely true, I messed up the top in my last video to record it. Right, okay, so staircase is done. I really like this. One thing I initially was going to do was make this a doorway, but I actually quite like the fact it's closed off. So we're going to build a little flat here. How we're going to do this... Actually, I can do it... I might try it one way before I do the one way. No, we're going to do it the way I planned. We're going to do it the way I planned, because it needs to be as close as possible, otherwise it looks silly. Because you want it to hang off, but you don't want it to look silly. So tempting though it is to make it really large, I'm actually not going to do that. It's going to be a fairly compact little pace, but it's going to look neat is the plan. Yeah, that one. Do that. You have to be careful with how many rugs we're stacking up. Now, the reason why we're doing the rugs, I just need a surface to put it on. To be careful, because you don't want to have things look a little bit silly. You can actually remove these rugs when I'm done with it as well, which is handy. You don't want it too high up, so it should just be that. Okay. Now, normally I don't use these rugs in this way because obviously people will walk into them and they get in the way and they'll be kind of annoying. But for just this, it's actually pretty solid because I'm going to remove them off anyway. So how the rug glitch works is that you can only put items which are non-snappable on them. What you can also do is use them as just generally a surface. And then I can put other items which are snappable on them. And what that'll mean is, for those who haven't used the rug glitch, if you put an item on the rug, you do the rug glitch, and you take the rug away, the item tends to jump into the ground. But if the item is just resting on it, not actually sitting on it, it won't jump into the ground. Use that one. too big. We guys have to give it a sec. There we go. Just get it on there so I can grab it. Yeah, gorgeous. See, this is nice and close. Am I facing that way? No, actually, I do want to face that way. I don't want too many rugs because I don't. If you face it, the rugs actually still take up space, so the gap between here is really big. But now I can just get rid of the rugs. And because it wasn't technically attached to the rugs. Oh, actually, the rugs are still there. There you go. Cool. Now they're not floating in the air, taking up my build budget. Right, now, I'm going to build it out here. I'm really always tempted to build it out there, but it makes it look a little bit silly. So we're going to keep this fairly simple. It's quite a straightforward structure. I'm going to customize it a wee bit, but like not too much. Because I want it to be a little bit of a limpet, but I also don't want to, you know, go overboard. And as you probably know, I do like to go overboard when I get carried away. We are going to make a slightly bespoke little bit for here. Because why not? So we'll put a mesh. Where's my chain link fences? I've gone way past them, haven't I? There they are. I like making walls of chain link fences. Completely impractical. Looks cool though. It's a window, isn't it? Sort of. Not a window. I think it looks like. That. Make sure to check the one that doesn't have the big pole, because otherwise we poke on the bottom. Okay. I really enjoyed making this. This is one of those things I very much just made up as I went along, and it just, I was so happy. Which is why I'm sort of glad I did have to restart some of my game, because I do get to show you guys it. Right, I'll probably just put this in a slightly less perfect way this one time, but what I'll do is when I actually do the decoration part of this video, well, not in this video, but when I do the decoration for this area, I'm going to make it look a little bit nicer. But for now, we're going to be a little bit lazy, because we have structural bits to do. So, right now, we've got the stairs. And what I like about this is it takes up your sight line quite nicely. I'm going to put a wall on the side as well, and a doorway. But then you've got poking out here. So first things first, we want some supports on that side, but we also want to put a wall there before we put the supports on that side, so we don't accidentally balls up. I have enough wood, because I know I was a little bit low, and I don't want to have to go get a shipment. Do I have a junk fence? Oh, you cheeky little monkey, I do. So we'll put this one. Yeah, we'll put this one. So it kind of... I was going to put the other one so it matches the texture of that wall, but I actually want to mix up a little bit. Okie dokie. Time is good. Okie dokie. Putting this in first. Oh, wait, no, I'm going to go down here. Boop. This is the part where I do is a little bit... it's a bit fiddly, because you fall down the hole and you have to jump through a few gaps, but... Technically, I could probably maybe take that ladder off, but I don't want to risk it because it might be too difficult. You could also just make a maybe simpler staircase and then just keep taking it off. But for this one, we're just going to be a little bit benign. I'm not too bothered with the wall poking through because it's more just... Unless you're going to be sitting in here, which you're probably not going to be, to the point where I might even block that area off once I finish the structural bits. Okie dokie. Right, okay. Next, we need to do a staircase. Yeah, I've got loads of wood, actually. Because I've got to get under it. This section here, and we're going to grab these. I'm really tempted to use those, but they're not very good. Probably go there, actually. Just do it here, couldn't I? Do it from that side, maybe. No, I'll do it from the side. No, but you might do it from that side. These are a bit fiddly to place sometimes, to sort of get them at the right angle. Did see it go green a second ago. Sometimes you have to be a bit lower. I'll do it from here. There we go. See, it's very, very weird. Maybe I'll put them in like that, and then I'll actually what I'll do is I'll move that back quickly. I think normally I put that house in not house, the wall in rather a little bit afterwards. For the temporary, I'm just going to move that back, and then what we'll do is we'll just move that as close as it can. Because technically you could leave it like that, but obviously doesn't look like it can support itself, so you do want something. Yeah, that's way better. Oh yeah, that looks good. Now, these aren't going to be perfect. They do sort of float a little bit. But, you bastard. I'm channeling my Sean Bean right there. Yeah, bastards. Come on, you bastard. Right, one more try before I just give up on this one and do it off camera at some point. Give it. Originally, I did do it from the inside. The problem with the inside is I noticed that they weren't as level as I'd like. Okay, cool. Can I put a third one in, you think? Can I move that one in? Nah, you know, I think 2's good. Because it looks silly, because we're actually going to put posts there. So that part's done. Now, it looks a bit silly now, but we're actually going to move that wall forward. Just so you can see the bits poking through the other side. So you can just see it there. We'll dig them in a little bit. Just a bit. There we go. Gorgeous. Okay, cool. So the final bit is I just want to do some posts on the other side. So on the side bit, which we'll see in a sec. But when I was doing the stream, I realised I made them slightly too short. So we're going to make them slightly wider. I could put them on 2, actually, couldn't I? I have an idea. So I want 2 posts. We'll just do it in one big go. So basically, for context right now, what I've gone and done is I've exited unlock certain objects. I've got a mod, which... Where is it? Inward. Which actually gives me access to beams. I've mentioned the mod before. It's just search beams. It'll come up. It's available on all platforms. And I love these specific beams so much. I use them all the time. And we're going to basically just level them out. And specifically what we're going to do with these, because obviously the height is never going to be perfect. So we're going to actually have it so that these are poking through the side of the walls. So that they're not annoying, but also so they look good. Right, okay, cool. We're nearly done. I love how this catches the eye. When I decorate this up, there's going to be quite lit up. It should look grand. Now, the one hard bit is getting in here. I have to do some shenanigans. It's really silly what I have to do. Go green, you little prick. I saw you when I did it the other day. Oh yeah. Okay, jump through this gap now. Oh, you're in the way. Boo. Actually, I can just totally move this out, can't I? I didn't normally do this. We're going to risk it and do this. It should make my life a little bit easier. Where's my rug gone? Oh, has it grabbed the other rug from that? I think it might. I'm just going to pop that down there. And we'll put that in again afterwards. It's a bit silly. Have you been a bit naughty and your rug's disappeared? Thank you for that, Todd Howard. I'm blaming you completely and utterly for that one. If in doubt, blame blame Todd Howard. It's completely standard, to be honest. It needs to go a bit forward. It's mildly, probably a little bit. Actually, to be honest, is that not poking through it? That might be actually the perfect height. Getting through this bloody gap is so annoying. Let's see, we just do a bit of twine. There we go, got out of it. Is that actually the perfect height? I think it might not actually. Oh my god, it is perfect. Where's my wall gone? Right, let's put that. I'm going to check first before we put that in. Is it? Do I not need to put it in? Oh my god, it's the perfect height. Okay, that actually works even better. Alright. And we're making good time. Where's my rug's gone? There you are. So I've just Might have to do some shenanigans to get this in, but I mean, technically, I guess you could pop this up, but I think using it as a reference point is good. I think obviously I'll have to. I can use the ladder actually, can't I? Yeah, and then straight out a bit. And again. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's gone. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Aha! It's such a stupid structure. I love it so much. It's so unsafe. I might add some more supports. But ostensibly this is it. Like, it's just... what I like about this is how it takes up the eye. Normally I cut this bit out, but whenever I'm doing my little tours, I just turn the HUD off so we can see it properly. Slightly triggered by the workshop menu button not disappearing, but it is what it is. But it looks so cool, and it's such a fun, silly way to use this space, because it really does take the space up well, and now I don't feel obligated to fix that. Like, I'm probably going to put some bits here, and I'm definitely, by the way, going to have a platform, and probably either, like, defences here, or maybe even, like, a second house that's just built onto the side. I haven't decided yet. It's such a fun little structure. Like, I'm probably going to put a little board to do staircase, but we'll do that in a decoration bit. But it's also just got, like, a great little view. I didn't put the wall on here, but it's alright. But yeah, this was really fun. I thoroughly enjoyed making this on the stream, and I've quite enjoyed the fact, even though it's lost a lot of time, but it did quite fun to actually kind of rebuild it again. But I hope that gives you a few ideas. You can, when you have a little obstacle like this, when you're trying to repair a building, rather than trying to... I can probably actually move that back a little bit. We'll do that when I do the decoration. Rather than necessarily actually repairing the building, you can just be like, okay, cool, we're just going to build into it and around it in a way that sort of works and is quite fun. But anywho, as always, follow me on the socials, links in the description. As mentioned, I stream once a week over on YouTube, here on YouTube. Usually on a Friday. I'll have the stream for tomorrow up if you're watching this video live soon-ish, as well as I try and do them in 2 little pair bunches, so I'll also schedule next week's stream. I'm gonna probably... I've got a couple of videos planned already. We've got to do a generator for Sanctuary, and I do another tour for this. And I do have plans to do some non-Fallout videos soon. I've just been exceedingly busy, so I'm going to see if I can get those out in, hopefully, June. But anyway, I love you all. You enjoy the rest of the week, and I'll speak to you lovely bunch of reprobates soon. You take care.